learning more about a developing story in Southside right now. Danville police have just wrapped up a news conference after police had a standoff that ended with a suicide this afternoon. WSLS 10's Coulter Anstead joins us live from City Council chambers. So Coulter, please bring us up to speed on this investigation.
Yeah, John, well, actually, I'm standing outside City Hall here in Danville, and as you mentioned, the press conference wrapped up about 20 minutes ago inside City Hall. Here is what we know right now. Police say this all started around 2:30 this afternoon at the intersection of Church Street and Keene Street. That's when an officer on patrol noticed someone that he knew to have an outstanding warrant for assault and battery. According to police, the officer approached a man who has been identified as 40-year-old Christopher Tyrone Bennett and informed Bennett that he had a warrant out for his arrest. That is when, according to police, Bennett turned away from the officer, pulled out a gun, and then turned back to the officer and said, "I'm going to kill you." Bennett then, according to police, took off running and was spotted a couple blocks away. More police officers responded and again encouraged Bennett to drop the gun. Bennett said he would drop the gun, but only if an officer that he knew that he had specifically requested would come and talk to him. That officer happened to be off duty at the time, but the officer was contacted and was brought to the scene. According to police, as the officer was coming to the scene, the officer had some phone conversations with Bennett to try to initiate the negotiations. And then, of course, when the officer got to the scene, he began direct contact with Bennett. And of course, Bennett then, as police said, turned the gun on himself and committed suicide. Now, I asked police specifically why they took the action that they did, why they chose to continue to pursue Bennett rather than to take action immediately when that seems to be the case in so many other cases around the country right now. And the police department says it was specifically because of their de-escalation training.
Well, you know, we don't want any death to occur. We don't want anybody to hurt themselves or hurt anybody else. I mean, that's the main reason. But there is training that we go through for de-escalation, and that's, you know, one of some of the training that I'm sure was used there. But, you know, at the end of the day, we don't want anybody to die.
And right now, police are still investigating. They do have questions that they are trying to answer. In Danville, Coulter Anstead, WSLS 10.